Hey everybody, we're going to do a video on a Milwaukee hammer drill, and I used it a lot a week ago. I got a lot of tools I want to do reviews on, but this is one. I just got thinking about how good this tool's been to me. I kind of gave it a pretty good hot supper doing the last job I did with it. I had to get some rotted out fence posts that were poured in concrete out, and I ran into a bunch of rebar. I was hoping someone didn't do the slab real good, and whoever did it did a real good job. And I just kept getting in it. Everywhere I tried drilling, I was hitting rebar and everything else. So, but I gave this a pretty good hot supper. 2 different days, probably for over 3 hours non-stop. It was cool out. It was like a 26, 28 degree day both days. But this, I have had this get real warm. I got thinking about it. It was quite a few years back now. I want to say at least 3 or 4 years ago, maybe longer. The lift that's in my garage right here, I decided one of my trucks is a 4-door F350, and that's about all this lift wants to lift anyways. I can't think of that. I think it's a 10,000 pound lift, whatever, but it doesn't like that big truck. So I put a lift in my front garage, and what we ended up doing that day is I had 3 other hammer drills before I bought this. I want to say one was a Craftsman, one was a Bosch, and I can't, for the life of me, I can't think. I threw them all away now, so I can't think of what the third one was, but I smoked them both because I had my son-in-law help me. We decided to move this lift back. I think it was 18 inches. So when we put a 4-door truck on it, it was more centered to the garage. So we moved it, but the problem is when I poured this concrete years ago, I poured it with where I thought I left a big deep spot of concrete with no rebar to anchor this lift. When I went to move it back that 18 inches, I ran into a bunch of rebar that day. And like I said, those other hammer drills I had smoked. They were older drills. I'm not talking bad about them. What I'm talking about is that's when I bought this, is when I burnt them all out. I went down and bought this one night pretty late. But anyways, I bought this and we gave it a hot supper between doing this lift and that lift. And then the other day, I did a 2-day job with it where both days I probably ran that better than 3 hours straight. Another thing, it doesn't mind running on a generator. Some tools you'll find when you plug them into I have one of those little suitcase generators. Sometimes some stuff doesn't like running on it. This doesn't get affected by it at all. It's just like plugging it into the wall. So, but I used it that day, same thing, drilling through rebar. Another thing I want to show, I went down, I burned up every bit I had the first day. That night I went down to see if they made a better bit. Milwaukee does have these bits, concrete with rebar. It's for drilling that. It says 4 cutters solid carbide. But I'll zoom in if I can. But you look at the tip of that, and it's got 4 points that it cuts on. Carbide, but I had super luck with these too, so that's another thing I want to get out there in this video. The Milwaukee bits that are made for drilling through the rebar and other steel that's in concrete. I had Irwin and a couple other brands. It was stuff I bought at my local hardware store that day, and I smoked them in one day. These here, I bought 4 of these. I still have 2 left, but 2 of these finished that job. But so I'm going to guess these went 5 times longer than the other companies that I was buying from. It's a Milwaukee SDS Plus rotary hammer. But I just want to get it out there when I have tools that treat me good. But this gets warm. I mean, when I say it gets warm so you don't even want to be holding it in your hand, but it's never smoked. It's got warm enough. The other day when I was using it, it was 28 degrees, 26 one day, 28 the next. I think that helped it out. And I was using a small bit. When I did these lifts, I was using a 3/4 inch bit. And like I said, it got warm, and like warm enough a couple times when you're if I plug that in tomorrow and it don't work, it don't owe me nothing. But it's just been a solid tool. So I just thought I'd do a video on it. I'm having a pretty good run with Milwaukee stuff right now. Even the case that this thing came in seems to be pretty good. I dropped it out of my truck that day. I opened up the door and it slid out, hit the ground. Like I said, 26 degrees. I thought sure that the plastic case would crack, and it didn't. So everything about it, there's the number on the box. But I would buy another one of these in a heartbeat. It's a product that I want to get out there. I want people to watch my videos, and if there's something good, I'm going to say it's good. If it's bad, I'm going to be honest about it. Right now, I've got other videos coming up. I've had stuff I've had pretty good luck with. I do have a couple tools, not so much, and I'm going to say that. So Get back over here. I just thought about that when I used it. I just finished that job Friday. Today's Monday. And I just thought I'd do a review on that and get it out there that that's a pretty good tool. What I'm trying to do is I'm drilling around the pipes that rusted off in the ground, so it's not easy. Someone did this right, I'm surprised. But they poured a monolithic slab and those edges are probably at least a foot thick. I got most of it out. There was still short pieces in there, and I want to be able to put the new piece down in as deep as I can get it, so I just thought I'd show that. Just want to show I got that sleeve out of there. All three of the ones I burned up didn't owe me nothing. I've had them since I've been in. I want to say that Craftsman's one's probably something that was 20 years old, but they don't. And these are the small, like you can get hammer drills. These are the small shaft size. So just so when you're watching this video, when you go to look, they do make one that takes the bigger bits. It's just a bigger unit. But I just thought I'd get that out there. And again, I'm going to say, if you like my content, please like and subscribe. I'm going to keep doing these tool videos, and I got quite a few right now. I bought a lot of hand tools this year. Some I'm happy with, some I'm not. Milwaukee stuff, you'll see in the videos, I have a lot of Milwaukee and a lot of DeWalt. I have nothing bad to say about either company. I think DeWalt's are priced a little bit better. I think the Milwaukee's a little bit better tool in some cases. Their impact, half-inch impact gun is superior of anything I've ever owned. That's even has more power than my plug-in DeWalt one. When I'm home, I have air tools, so it's not a big deal. But like when I do retaining walls and stuff like that, I use impact guns for putting lags in and stuff like that. Sometimes I'm putting a 12-inch lag in. So again, I'm going to say I'm not a hardcore Milwaukee guy. I want to make that clear in this video. I do think in this case, that's a pretty nice tool. I want to get it out there. You'll see me use both. And I think Milwaukee right now is the tool to beat. Not the cheapest. It's quite a bit. Everything Milwaukee makes is quite a bit more than DeWalt. So anybody that says, oh, you really can't. I've compared a couple tools, but very few tools that are going to be, like, let's say you buy 2 3/8 impact, little impacts, 18 volt, 20 volt, whatever. That Milwaukee's probably going to be, $40, $50 more than the DeWalt. So if it's a little bit better, it probably should be. And again, if you like my content, please like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.